Hey guys, how's it going? Today I wanted to speak about the subject of, do we live in an over-medicated society? Well, if I'm speaking about it, honestly, we do. The thing is that we live in a society where if there's a problem, people want to solve it by simply taking some medication, and they think that it's just going to solve whatever psychological issues they have or whatever health issues they have. But things are much more complicated than that. I mean, if you talk to a lot of people, at least for me, everybody that I meet has been diagnosed with ADHD or ADD, or they have post-traumatic depression, or they have X, Y, or Z condition that incapacitates them to be a regular human being. Well, guess what? We're human beings and we're complicated. There's a lot of shit that happens in the brain, and it's really hard to deal with it. And the thing is that, yeah, there could be some magic pills that give you temporary relief, like taking aspirin or ibuprofen if you have like a headache, but it's not going to really solve the issue. You can take a lot of pain medications and all that, and it's going to numb whatever you're feeling, but is that going to really fix you? I'm not sure. So I think that basically, if you have any problems or any of those things, it's simple to go to a doctor and look at them and say, hey, give me a solution, and they're going to give you some sort of relief, but it's not going to actually fix it, if that makes sense. So I've had, like, just from doing like a lot of gymnastics and a lot of martial arts and all that stuff, I've had quite a few injuries, and a normal person would have just dealt with it by taking all these pain meds and all these things. But yeah, they do fix it, but how did I really fix a lot of the injuries that I've had in the past, and maybe injuries that I'm dealing with right now and all that? Well, what you do is you go and you work out. If, for example, when I had surgery on my knee because I blew my ACL out doing some gymnastics about 10 years ago, what I did was, obviously I had to go to the doctor and get that bloody surgery, which was really painful and stuff. But the thing is that I managed to overcome it through time. Again, the key is being very patient with things, because again, we live in a society where we want everything to be fixed right away, and because of that, we think that, again, a pill or even the surgery will just fix it, but it's far from that. What I had to do was a ton of rehab after that, and going through a lot of pain, icing, putting hot pads, stretching, etc., not giving up, bending my knee over and over again in order to fix that issue and get it to like 90% or about 95% of what the ability was before, because obviously whenever you get a surgery, there's going to be some sort of scar tissue being formed, and it's a donor ligament, so it's never going to be exactly the same, but you get pretty close to it, and then you overcome it, and you know that you have small pains and stuff like that, but you deal with it. And I think that's a problem that happens with a lot of kids. For example, when their parents see that they're just running around, they have too much energy, and they're going from one subject to the other, and they're just spacing out, and then they go to the doctor and say, fix my kid. He's not listening to me. He's not able to focus. He's not getting good grades in school. And then the doctors say, well, he has ADHD or ADD. Well, yeah, kids are kids. They're going to be not listening to you, and they're going to have a lot of energy, and they're probably going to listen to you even less than the teachers. But when you have a classroom with 50 kids, what do you expect? You can't really teach that kid, right? It's hard to give them that focus and that dedication that you need in order for them to like focus. If you really think about it, look at communist countries like in China or Russia or whatever communist country you can think about. Those kids, they're not diagnosed with ADHD. They're just focused because they kind of force them. Now that's not the right way to do these things, but that's why we have elite gymnasts or people that are so good at these different kind of fields such as music and stuff like that in these countries, is because they basically force the kids, and none of the kids are diagnosed with ADHD, but in America everybody does. Everybody has it for some reason. But the thing is that you can't be that strict to kids either, but you can't just diagnose them with something and then think that it's going to be fixed. Same as going to a psychiatrist. Yeah, okay, great. You can go to a psychiatrist. They'll listen to you and they'll be impartial, because the thing is, friends usually know some of the people in your entourage, and also they're supposedly your friends, so they're trying to be nice to you and stuff like that. So that's why I understand it can help to go to a psychiatrist and get their opinion. But unless you're actually working on whatever problem you have and you're trying to deal with it and trying to overcome it on a daily basis, because some problems people cannot see. They see you every day, they see you smiling, they see you hopping around and stuff like that, but they don't know what pain you have inside. You might have, such as with me, sometimes I have like knee pains and stuff like that. People don't see it. They just think, oh, this guy does martial arts and all that, and he's fine. And I think there's other people that have problems, again, with the psychology, and they may seem good on the outside, but then when they come home, they feel alone and they cry, and especially in places like Los Angeles, where distances are far and people are all trying to do their own little dream and they have wild ambitions and stuff like that. Sometimes there's more people that need a hug than you'd even think, if that makes sense. But coming back to medication and being able to treat things so well, don't forget that the pharmaceutical companies are not there really to help us. Doctors obviously get also super huge salaries and stuff like that. So it's their best intent. It's in their best intent for them to keep you in the hospital, to keep you sick. So they're going to always find a way to get you to come back, to spend more money and stuff like that. So yes, go see the doctors if you want. Then if the answer is not correct or it seems kind of wrong, don't expect that a pill will fix you. Go get a second assessment. Go talk to your friends. Go meditate. Go do other things. If something is not working for you, yes, there could be an illness involved, but at the same time, don't always trust what the doctor says. Don't just take medication to take medication, because then you're just hindering your own psychology, you're hindering your own soul, you're hindering your way of thinking. Maybe you're not so wrong, maybe you're not so sick, but maybe society has made you think that what you were thinking in your head, what you're doing is wrong, and you need to fix that, because if you don't fix it, then everything's going to go into haywire, you know? So that's my point about all this stuff. Hope you enjoyed the subject, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.